What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to Cowboys News TV, your #1 source for all things Dallas Cowboys. I'm Dave, and today, we've got an important update that's sure to spark a lot of discussion. We're diving deep into the recent knee injury of rookie edge rusher Marshawn Kneeland, what it means for the Cowboys moving forward, and how the defensive line will shape up as we head into Week 6 against the Detroit Lions. But before we get into all the details, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on any breaking Cowboys news. Your support helps us grow. We're aiming to reach 12,000 subscribers, and your subscription is key to hitting that milestone. Let's talk about Marshawn Kneeland, who had a scare during Sunday night's game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Cowboys fans, you probably held your breath when Kneeland went down with what looked like a serious knee injury. But here's the good news, it's not season-ending. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport reported that Kneeland avoided a torn ACL, which would have knocked him out for the rest of the 2024 season. Instead, he suffered a partially torn lateral meniscus in his right knee, which will be trimmed in surgery. Now, while Kneeland might miss some time, there's hope he'll be back later this season. There's even talk that he could be placed on injured reserve to recover, but the key point here is that it's not the end of the road for this promising rookie. Cowboys Nation, what do you think? How big of an impact do you think Marshawn Kneeland has had so far? Let us know in the comments and vote in our poll about whether you think Kneeland should be placed on injured reserve or if you'd like to see him back sooner. Kneeland's injury happened on just the 4th defensive play of the game. Tough luck for a young player who's been stepping up for the Cowboys. After the non-contact injury, Kneeland was carted off to the locker room, and we all feared the worst. Thankfully, it's not as bad as it could have been, but this does put the Cowboys' depth at edge rusher in question. Kneeland had been showing real promise, with 6 tackles, 6 quarterback pressures, and a tackle for loss before going down. Cowboys Nation, how confident are you in Kneeland's ability to bounce back from this injury? Do you think he'll return stronger later in the season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to engage with our poll. Your voice is a huge part of the conversation. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here. The Cowboys have been hit hard by injuries, especially at the defensive end position. Micah Parsons, the star of our defense, missed his first game ever due to a high ankle sprain he suffered in the win against the New York Giants. Reports are saying Parsons could be out for 2 to 4 weeks. What a blow to the defense. Then, there's DeMarcus Lawrence. Another veteran presence we rely on, and now he's on injured reserve with a Lisfranc injury to his right foot. He'll be out for at least 4 games, adding even more pressure on the remaining players to step up. And if that wasn't enough, Sam Williams, who was projected to be 3rd on the depth chart, is already done for the season with a torn ACL suffered during training camp. Cowboys Nation, we've seen our defensive line absolutely ravaged by injuries. So, the big question is, who steps up now? We want to hear from you. Which player do you think needs to step up the most with Parsons, Lawrence, and now Kneeland all sidelined? Is it Tyrus Wheat, the second-year pro who replaced Kneeland against the Steelers? Or will it be Chauncey Golston, who started the game opposite Kneeland? And let's not forget about Carl Lawson, who was called up from the practice squad. Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's discuss how the Cowboys can survive this wave of injuries. Looking ahead, the Cowboys face the Detroit Lions in Week 6, and that defensive end rotation is going to be crucial. Wheat, Golston, Lawson, these guys will have to hold the line while Parsons and Lawrence recover. And with the Lions' high-powered offense, led by Jared Goff, you can bet that our pass rush will need to be on point. Cowboys Nation, do you think this new rotation can get the job done against the Lions? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to vote in our poll about who you think will emerge as the key player on the defensive line while we wait for our stars to get healthy. I want to remind everyone to subscribe to Cowboys News TV if you haven't already. We're so close to hitting our goal of 12,000 subscribers, and every single one of you helps us get there. Plus, with so much going on this season, you'll want to stay updated with all the latest Cowboys news, player updates, and game breakdowns. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video, and give this one a thumbs up if you found it helpful. You know that the Cowboys just pulled off a dramatic 20-17 win over the Pittsburgh Steelers in Sunday night's game. And if you're like me, you're still catching your breath after that intense finish. But don't worry, we've got 10 key takeaways that sum up what went down on that field and what it means for the Cowboys moving forward. 1. Tolbert with the game winner. Jalen Tolbert stepped up big time in the absence of Brandon Cooks. With 7 catches for 87 yards, both career highs, Tolbert's biggest moment came when he caught the game-winning touchdown on a crucial 4th down play. Dak Prescott put the ball right where it needed to be, and Tolbert made it happen, despite hobbling on the field. Cowboys Nation, how impressed were you with Tolbert's performance? Let me know in the comments. 2. Rico time. Rico Dowdle fans, it's finally here. Dowdle had a career-high 20 rushing attempts, setting the tone for the Cowboys' ground game. He added 27 yards through the air, including a spectacular touchdown catch in the end zone. This was Dowdle's first career 100-yard scrimmage game, and it's safe to say he's making his case for more touches moving forward. What do you think? Should Dowdle get more snaps in future games? Vote in our poll and let's discuss. 3. The most important fumble recovery. The Cowboys struggled early with fumble recoveries, but when it mattered most, they came through. Dak Prescott's crucial fumble near the end zone was recovered by Dak Prescott. This gave Dallas one last shot to win the game, and they capitalized on it. The Cowboys may have had some fumble issues earlier, but in the end, they got the recovery that counted most. What did you think about that play? Huge sigh of relief, right? 4. Red zone woes. Despite winning, the Cowboys still have some major red zone issues. There were fumbles, interceptions, and even a blocked field goal, all in key moments when Dallas had the chance to put points on the board. They made it work in the end, but these red zone struggles are something to keep an eye on as the season progresses. Do you think the Cowboys can clean this up? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. 5. Penalties are still an issue. 11 penalties for 87 yards, this is becoming a pattern. The Cowboys have been flagged a lot, and the penalties have been costly. Personal fouls from players like Tyrus Wheat, Donovan Wilson, and even Brock Hoffman, who barely played, kept setting Dallas back. Penalties are hurting the Cowboys, and it's something that really needs to be addressed moving forward. What do you think? Is this a coaching issue or just a discipline problem with the players? 6. Almost blew it. Now, let's talk about some of the questionable decisions in that final drive. After Hunter Luepke had an impressive run down to the 5-yard line, the Cowboys had a chance to work the clock and seal the game. But instead, they called a timeout, added some unnecessary drama, and even flirted with disaster on a potential fumble at the goal line. It took them until 4th down to finally punch it in. That could have easily been a game-losing mistake. Cowboys fans, was this poor clock management or just a tough situation? Let me know. 7. Challenge failures. It's hard to figure out why the Cowboys are so bad at challenging plays. Time and time again, they challenge and lose. When a bad spot is made by the refs, they don't challenge it. They really need to get this figured out, especially if they want to make a deep playoff run. What's going on with these challenges? It's been frustrating to watch. 8. Losing Neeland. Losing rookie edge rusher Marshawn Neeland to injury on just the 4th defensive play of the game was a tough blow. With Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence already sidelined, the defense was already hurting. Neeland was having a great start to his career and was getting his first NFL start, but now, Chauncey Golston, Carl Lawson, and Tyrus Wheat had to carry the load. How do you think the defense held up without him? Let me know in the comments. 9. Losing Guyton. Another injury to note, left tackle Tyler Guyton exited the game late in the second quarter. The Cowboys slid Tyler Smith over to tackle and inserted TJ Bass at left guard. Fortunately, they held up okay and Dak had time to operate, but these injuries keep piling up. Let's hope Guyton recovers quickly. Do you think the offensive line will be able to hold up if more injuries occur? Vote in the poll. 10. Defense shines again. Despite all the injuries and the missing key players, the Cowboys' defense did a great job, especially in the first half. The Steelers only had 89 total yards and 3 points by halftime. They did score 2 touchdowns in the second half, but overall, the Cowboys' defense stepped up, holding Najee Harris to just 42 yards on 14 carries and limiting the Steelers to 3 of 12 on third downs. Even without Parsons and Lawrence, this defense is still getting it done. How confident are you in this defense moving forward? Let's talk about it in the comments. So there you have it, 10 key takeaways from a dramatic 20-17 win for the Dallas Cowboys. There were some highs, some lows, but in the end, the Cowboys came through in the clutch. What are your thoughts on the game? Did you think the Cowboys handled the Steelers well, or was this one they almost gave away? Drop your thoughts below and make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We've got plenty more updates and analysis on the Cowboys as the season rolls on.